just girls, or are there also boys too? Did God mean for you to be like this, or was it an accident? You're not like other daddies.
What makes up the proper parent? How much money, intelligence, space in your yard, what does it take? It's an almost impossible question to answer. And in our story, Sam Dawson, a man diagnosed with severe autism, conceives a child, a beautiful daughter, Lucy. He's left alone with her until the age of 8 and raises her, forming an unbreakable bond of love and devotion. But her teachers and the court do not trust that this is enough. They want something more adequate, more normal, more fitting by worldly standards. But Sam's condition was not a mistake, and neither was the birth of his daughter. So throughout our story, he must fight for the position that God has given him as her father, and as he does, he proves that what's most important is love. Sacrificial love. Love that is patient, is kind, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. I Am Sam, by Kristen Johnson and Jesse Nelson.
Mr. Dawson, I've called you in today because it's becoming clear that Lucy, she's holding herself back in the classroom as if she's literally afraid to learn. Now, no one doubts that you love your daughter, but the Department for Child and Family Services contacted us, and they shared with us that your records show that your intellectual capacity is around that of a 7-year-old. Our concern is what happens when Lucy turns 8. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Mr. Dawson?
Given the fact that the father has been diagnosed with autism and suffers from mental delays which raise serious questions about his ability to properly parent, I find at this time it is not in the best interest of the child to remain in the home, and I order her detained. Mr. Dawson, you will have monitored visits with Lucy 2 times a week for 2 hours.
But why is Lucy going home with me? Because I want her to go home with me.
Mr. Dawson, I'd like to talk to you now about your legal rights. If you have not already retained legal counsel, the court can provide someone for you to present your case on January of the 5th, okay?
Okay, yeah. No, because I did see Rothman, Glenn Harrison, Williams was the best ad I saw in the Yellow Pages. So I can win with them. So I can win with Rothman, Glenn Harrison, Williams. Rothman, Glenn Harrison, Williams. Rothman, Glenn Harrison. Miss Harrison, there's a Mr. Dawson here to see you. How do you do? I'm Sam.
Mr. Dawson, it's a pleasure. Unfortunately, we only have just a little bit of time today, but hold my calls unless it's my son. Okay, let's get started. If I take a look at, oh, I'm sorry. Quite bluntly, Mr. Dawson, it doesn't look like you can afford to hire me.
Yeah, because I make $8 at Starbucks. It's an hourly rate.
Mr. Dawson, I'm so sorry. I have to be in court in around 8 minutes. But good luck to you, okay? And don't give up.
No, I can't give up, see, because I love Lucy. See, so I can't give up because I love Lucy. You have a son, Mrs. Rothman, Glenn Harrison, Williams? What if they took him away from you? Wouldn't you try to get the fastest talking 4-name lawyer you could?
Okay, I'll help you. I'll be your lawyer for pro bono work. Is that all right?
Golly, okay. Well, I can pay you per hour.
No, Sam, pro bono means that it's free. So come in tomorrow and I'll counsel you because they're going to put you on trial. The court is putting Sam Dawson on the stand. Mr. Dawson, I'm Mr. Worthing and I just have a couple of questions for you. Your parents put you in an institution, am I correct?
Yeah, my mother got sick. See, so I had to go in an institution when my mother got sick.
What about your father? Where was he?
He was gone when I was born because he went away when I was born.
So who would you say you look up to when parenting Lucy as a father? The headmaster, the principal, or the warden?
No, not Mr. Whitehead, not him.
I woke up to myself as a father. I woke up to myself.
Mr. Dawson, you have the capacity of a 7-year-old. Your background, your IQ, what makes you think you can be a father? What makes you think you can raise a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old? Do you realize what that means? That means she'll be 6 years more advanced than you. What makes you think you can do that?
I've had a lot of time to think about what it takes to be a good parent. And it takes constancy. And it takes listening. And it takes pretending to listen even when you can't listen. And it takes love. And see, Lucy has a home with me, says a home with me. And I am not perfect, and I am not a perfect parent, but sometimes I don't have enough patience, and I forget that she is just a little kid, but we love each other. And if you destroy that, it will be
Mr. Dawson, it's hard to know what to say. I understand. It's hard to know what to say to Lucy half the time, right? Isn't it?
I don't know exactly. You don't know.
You don't know what it takes to properly raise your daughter?
I'm Lucy's father. I'm her father. Are you really?
I'm not talking about the fact that you got some homeless woman pregnant. What I'm asking you, Mr. Dawson, is if you love your daughter as much as you say you do, and I really believe that you do, don't you, in your heart of hearts, believe that she deserves better?
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. I think Lucy deserves everything. In my heart of hearts, I think she deserves everything. So maybe everybody's right about that. Okay, so maybe everybody's right about that. So no more now. Okay, so I want to stop right now. Okay, so no more now. Okay, I want to stop right now. Okay, no more now. Okay, I want to stop right now. No more now. Okay, I want to...
Sam. Mr. Dawson, it's Mrs. Harrison. You're supposed to show up 3 times for your visitation after trial, okay? I leave work early to be there, and where are you? Sam, you need to keep showing up. You can't open the door for me?
It's because I make things too hard on everybody. Because everything is too hard on everybody. See, because I make things too hard.
Mr. Dawson, it's not too late to get Lucy back, okay? You need to keep fulfilling the judge's conditions. You need to show up, and then you'll be able to get Lucy back.
Yeah, but she doesn't need me anymore. But she has a new family now, so she doesn't need me anymore.
That's the first stupid thing I've ever heard you say. Sam, regardless of the outcome of your trial, okay? The court favors reunification. You can get her back, but you have to show that you care. You have to keep showing up. You have to fight for her.
Yeah, but I tried. I tried hard. Try harder. Yeah, but you don't know. I don't know what. You don't know what it's like when you try and you try and you try and you don't ever get there. Because you were born perfect, and I was born like this. And people like you don't know. You don't know what it's like to get hurted because you don't feel anything. People like you don't feel anything, so you don't know.
You think you have the market cornered on human suffering? Let me tell you something about people like me. People like me feel lost and little and ugly and dispensable. And I know I'm failing you. I know I'm not enough for you or him, but I swear I can get your daughter back, okay? I can get your Lucy back, but you have to help me, okay? You have to show up. Will you show up? Mr. Dawson, you're here for a visitation. I'll go get Lucy.
Daddy!